Peace and love, you magnificent wonders with a spiritual level of being. Nathan here from a spiritual level of being, and you have a spiritual level of being. Today I want to discuss the difference between Gnosticism and occultism. Many people confuse the two. And this is also due to New Age ideas, and people claim that they're Gnostics, but really they're into the occultism world. Now, occult means basically someone involving in or relating to obtaining mystical or supernatural powers, magical powers, by the use of magical ceremonies or practices. This is not a Gnostic. A Gnostic is basically a mystic or an esoteric, as esoteric means intended or likely to be understood by a small amount of people, only to be understood by these people who have specialized knowledge or interest. Now, a mystic is someone who seeks to be, a person who seeks by contemplation and self-surrender to obtain unity with or absorption by said deity or the absolute and all, depending on the type of mystic, and one who believes that spiritual apprehension of truths that are beyond the basic limit of human intellect can be obtained by these means. Now, it's basically insight into mysteries. So depending on the type of mystic here. Now, Gnosticism is understanding the deeper mysteries, understanding Gnosis, spiritual knowledge, achieving high levels of being, achieving high levels of consciousness, achieving your inner Christ to no longer have to reincarnate and basically return to the source. Some Gnostics believe it was our job to make this world the kingdom of heaven, as the kingdom of heaven is within us and around us. Now, when I was first discovering Gnosticism, I went to this Gnostic course to learn little bits. My knowledge has gone far beyond this group, as they were more into the occult, as they believed that they could attain supernatural powers when they achieved their inner Christ. They believed that they could talk to aliens. This is occultism. So if you're summoning aliens or angels or gods to obtain superpowers or to curse people, this is not Gnosticism. This is occultism. Now, Samuel Ornwar is also to blame on the misinformation on Gnosticism. He wrote a great book, Revolution of Psychology, but the rest of it is wishful thinking, and he doesn't understand the difference between the true divine and the demiurge. He even called himself Suckless, which means blind idiot god, so he doesn't understand Gnosticism. He's more New Age. He's more of a New Age Christian, New Age Christian, basically. Now, if you're gathering a bunch of crystals and you're talking to aliens or summoning said spirits to curse people or to gain magical powers, you're not a Gnostic. I had to remove one of my admins recently because he believed that the lights were UFOs and, the true light, the true divine gods are UFOs. This is not the case. You are the light. The light is within you. So that person actually got out of this reptile shape-shifting cult, and now he looks like he's gone back into this philosophy. Fuck that. I'd rather be free and instead of following others. This is what Gnosticism is about. It's about your own individual path, your own personal relationship with yourself, with the divine, with God, whichever word you want to use, the absolute and the all. Now, understanding this means that you are also God, that you are the absolute and all, that all life itself is God, that we are one with energy, that energy is the true divine. Now, true divine is mental, the mind. So your inner goodness is the reflections of the true God. So the true divine is uncorruptible, it's not evil, it's pure light, it's goodness. So your inner goodness is your true divine spark. It's the true you. So the rest of this is mostly just instinct. So when we fuck up, it's because of ignorance. So the Gnostics seek to escape ignorance, to develop themselves, to seek meaningful experiences, as they see the shitty things in the world are caused by ignorance, which is what people call sin. Now, being like Christ yourself is too taboo for Christians. Now, this being said, the Christ is within you, so it's achieve it for yourself. Jesus even said in the Gnostic scriptures that the Son of Man is within you. Follow after him and achieve him for yourself. So become like Christ yourself, become like a Buddha. And this is the true you. So in this world, no one deserves to be hurt. You have no enemies. Now, it's ignorance and unawareness that causes these shitty things. So a Gnostic seeks awareness, to be more aware, to obtain spiritual knowledge, true esoteric knowledge from within oneself. Now, to also understand the deeper meanings, to understand the mysteries of all the religious texts, so understanding their mysteries. So this is the same with the Gnostic scriptures, understanding their meanings. If you don't understand the meanings, it's like the boy who cried wolf. If you don't understand the meaning of that story, the meaning is secret to you. So secret knowledge, to only be understood by a few. Now, this is one reason why a Gnostic world wouldn't be perfect, as some people wouldn't understand the deeper mysteries. They would just believe the writings 100%, as this is was about being Gnostic was achieving these mysteries and understanding them. Just had a friend rock up, sorry about that. Now I also want to discuss magic. Magic, the context of magic was seen differently in the world back then than compared to now. Magic was similar, or basically alchemy. From turning your emotions from sad to happy was seen as magic, was seen as alchemy. You're sick and you become healthy, magic. Use of herbs was even seen as magic. Chanting holy names and using affirmations was also seen as magic. Using the names of the angels, or say gods, then the affirmations of, today I'm going to achieve this, today I'm going to be more loving, or I welcome more love into my life and more meaningful experiences to help me develop myself. This was also seen as magic. Now, mostly due to propaganda from the Catholic Church and also superstitious people, it's been given a bad name, as it's a very misused and misunderstood context. Now, this being said, black magic is bullshit. It came out of this fear, and then people started applying it into practices. In the days of old, people were too scared to practice this shit. They would have been too scared to summon demons. Rather, they did use demons to cast out other demons, but this wasn't used by summoning demons. It was more by using artifacts. So leaving behind little sculptures of demons in order to scare off other demons. This is one reason why it mentions in the Bible Jesus using one demon to cast out another. Now, again, this was an ancient practice, different times. They also seen mental illness caused by demons, even sickness. Child death, blamed on demons. Now, this being said, it was a superstitious time. The people who were more enlightened understood that most reflections of ourselves, we outburst on others because we're seeing the same sort of things that we dislike in ourselves. Now, they also understood that sickness was random, that it wasn't always a will of the god or gods, that sometimes these things happen. But also the Gnostics understood that stress could also induce sickness, as you will find in the Gospel of Mary, that this is why you become sick. This is due to stress. So stress, anger, can also lead to ulcers. Stress can kill you. So this can take a part of your life negatively. Now, if you're being positive, this being said, you're more than likely going to be healthier, especially if you're eating healthy and being positive instead of negative and being self-harmful. Now, even science was seen as magic, especially by propaganda of the Catholic Church that used that as an excuse to label people of science and maths as sorcerers. Now, anyone who had a different way of thinking was seen as weird or influenced by demonic forces, as people were very closed-minded, especially people in charge. They wanted a close grip on their citizens, and they were in a state of paranoia. So we have evolved much, much more. This is one reason the Gnostics understood times change. People advance, as they mentioned about a holy next generation, which is our generation. So as we start improving ourselves, as Gnostics were open-minded, they believe that tech should also change with the times, as old ways of thinking can be harmful. So peace and love, everyone. I love you all. Connect to my mind and soul. Namaste.